they're also doing pretty well thus far in the box office. It's at 24.4 million. And here's the latest on the US and the global openings. So Josh Wilding at Comic Book Movie Variety brings word that the Fantastic Four First Steps earned a massive 24.4 million on Thursday in North America, the biggest haul of 2025 in terms of previews. The previous record was Superman, which had 22.5. According to the trade, this put Marvel's first family on track for a $100 million to $110 million opening weekend. Something doesn't quite add up there, especially when Superman opened to 125 earlier this month and making less from previews. Chances are Disney is looking to temper expectations. The optics are better to overperform than underperform, and touting a potential 130, for example, only to fall short would completely change the narrative when final numbers are reported. Fantastic Four First Steps is still eyeing an international debut of 90 to 100, but again, the reboot is expected to do better with overseas audiences than Superman did. It will have to seem to wait to see how this team can soar over the weekend. It's said that the Marvel Studios movie cost $200 million to produce, $100 million to market, so positive word of mouth will be crucial in the weeks ahead, with $1 billion no longer the norm for superhero movies. Now might be a good time for Marvel and DC to figure out how to make these things for a lot less money. Here. The Fantastic Four First Steps is the return to form for the MCU, as Captain America Brave New World made $12 million in previews before an $88.5 million opening weekend. As for Thunderbolts, earned $11.5 million ahead of a $76 million debut. Here's a wild factoid for you. The Fantastic Four First Steps, $24.4 million. Thursday is almost as much as 2015's Fantastic Four gross during its entire opening weekend. Set against the vibrant backdrop. Yeah. It goes into it. So, I think that they hit the nail on the head here. I think that Disney is saying, hey, we're looking at about a 110, hoping that they're going to hit around 120 to 130. I think the movie's going to come in around between 125 and 130 opening weekend is what I think. And then internationally, I think it'll do I think we'll get close to like 280 worldwide.
I think that Disney made a smart move similar to what Gunn did with crypto. You see a lot of Herbie here. And I think that that's going to be a big draw for kids as well, to try and hit that 4-quadrant kind of mentality. Especially with this movie being about family, that's just going to pull people in. So I agree with you. I think I'm going to go a little bit on the lower end and say 120 to 125. I am going to pull a Disney here and go with lower expectations so that we can go, wow, look at that.
Yeah. Well, so I'm curious overall what it'll make. I mean, it's going to be interesting to say, because I think they're also right. The days of the $1 billion movie are, especially for comic book movies, it's very hard. We've been talking about this all week. I think the three, there's really only 3 movies I think left that have a shot. And that is Avatar, which I think is pretty much a guarantee.
Talking about for this year,
for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Zootopia 2 has a shot. Okay. Wicked 2 has a shot.
Okay.
I think that
let me see what else is left this year.
That's really, I mean, there's Tron and other things too, but that's not gonna hit $1 billion. So I really only think that the sure bet, if you was like, okay, I only have $100 and I want to put it on one of those movies, you put it on Avatar and you walk away from the table.
You 1,000% put it on Avatar. But that is also going to be the lowest payout. So if I'm going to do it, I'm actually going to go for Wicked, because that I think best
over Zootopia.
Yes. The only reason why I'm not saying that Zootopia isn't going to do gangbusters just because of the kids element. Yeah. I think just because off the back of what Wicked already did, especially knowing that some of the bigger moments in what is that musical as a whole is going to draw people in even harder. I think you made fans out of people that didn't know or didn't care. So that's going to elevate it. And then the diehards are going to really be into this going forward. So
I think that's fair. I just think that the 2 things I won't bet against are James Cameron and kid movies. I
totally get it. No. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's the best shot. I'm saying odds to pay out, I'm going with Wicked. But if you're going best shot, it's Avatar easily.
I'm going to take Avatar out. If it was like I only had $100, either Wicked or Zootopia, I'm putting it on Zootopia.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, and I also understand your reasoning for Wicked too. I just think that if you look at the numbers of the ones that have hit it recently, Moana 2, I mean, this Lilo and Stitch, it's all it's all kid stuff. And
No, I get it.
yeah. So, and it's because, and I think that that's what's going to, that's why I would put the money there. But, and I think the first Wicked did what, like 785 or something like that.
It was super close. It was 785 sounds about right, to be honest with you. It's
Something
right.
like
It
that.
was right in that range. So like that's what I'm saying. With it only being about 300 away,
Yeah.
and knowing the kind of fervor it built up that way, I think that's where you can take it to the next level.
Yeah.
As long as the movie is the same quality, like I think they'll do it.
Agreed. But I asked you guys, what do you think the overall numbers for Fantastic Four are going to be this weekend? What do you think it's going to do domestically? What do you think it's going to do overall? Indacloud. It feels like you're breaking the rules, but it's totally legal and better for you than that third cocktail. You work hard. Maybe you deal with life sometimes, but do you still deserve an escape? Absolutely you do. That's where Indacloud comes in. They got gummies, they have flowers, they have pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.ca. You guys know, I'm always on the hunt for new gummies. And so Indacloud sent me some, and their flavors are incredible. I like it. I like that there's no hangover afterwards. I know there's no sketchy ingredients, just good energy, a solid buzz. And I just felt good. That's the whole thing. So it sounds like a loophole, right? It's not. Science. It's policy. And Indacloud is using it to deliver one of the oldest medicines known to man in the modern, fun, and absolutely dialed-in way possible. Over 50,000 people are already choosing Indacloud because feeling good should feel this easy. So if you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because Indacloud is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use that code Christian or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That is Indacloud.co, Indacloud.co. Use that code Christian for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by Indacloud.